so many people have the issue of happiness. So many people have the issue of happiness. Happiness can be, well, happiness is a simple thing, right? It's a simple thing, but it's not a definite destination. You have to constantly choose to be happy. You have to constantly choose to be happy. Okay? It's a choice. It's a choice. Trying to get some things done in the background. We'll scratch that. It's a choice. Okay? And sometimes it's not an easy choice. Sometimes it don't seem like a choice that you have, but you always have the choice to choose happiness. Forgive the DJ voice. I literally just hopped up out the bed. And shout out to my wife because yeah, I wouldn't get this mindset Monday if it weren't for her today. She had to wake me up. I was knocked out. Okay, I was knocked out. So shout out to her. It seems like Instagram is not working this morning. That's okay. We here on YouTube. What's up, Facebook? Much love to everybody who's here. So today I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a good message.
Message.
Let's have fun with this one. You can't be happy without being grateful. I say that again. You can't be happy without being grateful. Okay. I am so grateful for all the things in my life. I'm so grateful for the timings, the lessons, the experiences, all of them. I'm so grateful that things have happened the way that they have. I'm so grateful for the way that God has programmed my mind to work, showed me how to think, being a critical thinker. I'm so thankful and grateful for my wife. Hello, shout out to her. She woke me up, man. I am so grateful for so many things, but have you ever met someone who just was ungrateful, just unappreciative? Like I see people who get what they want more often than not, and they usually complain about it. They're usually upset about it. They find something to be wrong. I tell you myself personally, if I look out for you, if I do something for you, if I give something to you, if I, you know, do any charity for you, any generosity towards you, and it's not met with appreciation, it's okay the first time. I learned that you're not going to be appreciative. Problem solved. I'm no longer going to, go out my way to do for you. I'm no longer going to go out my way to do for you. Now, when you are grateful, you are thankful. Okay, that's the synonym for grateful. For having gratitude means that you're, appreciative of all that you got. So many people are unhappy simply because they are focusing on what they do not have. They are focusing on where they are not. I'm not a millionaire yet, but you've made progress. You're not where you were, right? This part of that, I say, stay humble, but stay hungry. It's part of that. And to be grateful is to express express gratitude, like be outwardly thankful. You know what I mean? Like be appreciative of all that you got, man. Like say for instance, if God bless you, you can't even tell if it's a blessing if you're not appreciative, if you're not grateful. You can't be thankful if you're not grateful for what you got. You can keep on asking for this, this, this. He'll give you the whole setup for exactly what you're asking for, but you're not grateful. You looking at piece by piece. This ain't what I wanted. This ain't what I wanted. This ain't what I wanted. You know, when you're supposed to be putting these pieces together, if you was grateful for these pieces, you'll realize that you got more than what you asked for. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't be happy without being grateful. So this is why you're not happy. If you're not a happy person, it's because you're not choosing happiness constantly. Because life be life, and things will happen that are out of your control, out of your power. You will still get upset. As a happy person, it does not mean that you do not feel anything but happiness. That's not true. That's a fallacy. Okay. But it does mean that you continue to choose happiness. Meaning when life happens, when life start lifing, you choose to be happy. And I'm gonna tell you, man, it doesn't always work, but you can always make the decision. I was just having a conversation with one of my OGs. He was telling me about, how people you will have naysayers, right? You have outward people who sees your optimism and challenge it and will, like you think everything's all peaches and roses. No, I'm not naive to negativity. I'm not naive to negativity. It's just that I choose the latter. Like you upset that it's raining today. I have no control over that. I'm appreciative that we're getting rain. We need rain. We need rain. All I got to do is put on a jacket, but the earth needs the rain, right? We needed that. I love the smell of the rain because it's clearing out, neutrons and ions and the science is clearing out stuff. I love the rain, especially a calm, cool rain. It's not much better than it. I love the rain, but you upset. That's something that's out of your control, out of your power. And that's the start of your day. Oh man, it's raining. Oh man, it's gonna rain. You know what I realized? The ones who complain the most usually have the most to complain about. The ones who complain the most are usually the ones who have the most to complain about. The more you complain, it compounds, it builds, it doubles. Whatever you focusing on, whatever you say, attention goes where energy flows. So whatever you put in the attention, whatever you focusing on, if you're complaining, you're finding more things to complain about. It will expand. You will get more things to complain about. Whereas vice versa, it's the same. If you find more things to be grateful for, you will realize that you have more things to be grateful for. This is another reason why I can smile so much, why I seem so outwardly happy. I tell you what, man, just last week, 'cause I give y'all real experiences, man. Just last week, I had a challenging day. You know, it was one of those days that the weather wasn't what it was supposed to be. It got warm when it was supposed to be chilly, so I was hot, but cool, right? Tried to hurry up and get home, but I just could not. I couldn't go fast enough, so work dragged on. I had extra, and I'm talking about like something just kept on happening, and I was like, "It's not my day. It's not my day." But I'm just trying to make it home. I know y'all got those days where it's like the best thing that could happen is for this day to be over. Well, guess what? When you wake up in the morning, yesterday is done with. Be appreciative. So I had one of those days where I'm like, yo, I just want to make it home, man. And everything was challenging that. It kept on pushing that back. Finally get home. My AC, I like it cool in my house. Remember, it was warm that day. I'm in an apartment and we share a unit amongst three different three different doors. So we like it chilly. The other ones like it warm. So my thermostat wound up freezing because of the condensation. Learned all of this, right? That made it so my thermostat didn't blow hot or cold, but it was constantly on. It froze. I like it cool in my house. It was 10 degrees warmer than it was outside. It was 10 degrees warmer than it was outside. So I just got to make it home. It was a challenging day. It was warm. All of those things, right? Finally get home. It's warmer than it was. I'm still facing more challenges, right? Not only that, I go to solve these issues, turn some fans on. Not only that, as soon as me and my wife hit the bed, the power went out. There's no inclement weather, nothing. No logical explanation that we know of. And since nothing happened, we like, okay, the power should come back on soon. 30 minutes go by. Like, okay, we're starting to sweat here because we already ain't got no AC. Now the fan's not blowing. Right? You see how there's a lot to be upset about. There's a lot to complain about. And in the midst of that, out of nowhere, I was overwhelmed. I was flushed with this feeling of gratitude. And I just said it out loud. I said, you know what? I'm thankful for being alive in a time period where there's electricity. No cap, bro. No BS. I was like, yo, how dope is that? That we can change the temperature in the house in our space. Like we don't have to just dictate, by the season. Oh, it's cold outside, better bundle up even in the house. Oh, it's warm out. It don't matter how it don't matter how many clothes you take off. If it's hot, it's hot. You need some external things to cool down, a fan, a breeze, water, ice. We can make ice. We can make fire. We're in an age where, all of these things are easily accessible, so easily that we can overlook them. I was flushed with gratitude to be in this era, to be in this time where we have those things at the drop of a dime. And after I felt that sense of gratitude, let me tell you, I went to sleep Before I knew it, I was knocked out. And when I woke up, I was like, "Where am I?" Because we got these LED lights and stuff, right? That we turned off. So I completely forgot that they was there. When I woke up, there was like LED lights. The lights was all glowy. I was like, "Where am I? Like, is this heaven?" I woke up and it was cool. The AC was on. The fans was blowing, right? Got these lights, got this ambiance. It smelled great because all of our, wallflowers and scent diffusers and all that stuff had gone on. So they reset. So everything smelled, it was extra fresh. And I was just like, man, I love it here. Like the way we got this set up, I love it here. I want to stay. Getting up, I still had more time to rest and enjoy, the ambiance. But that's the attitude of gratitude. That's choosing happiness. This is why I can consider myself a happy person. Look at that. I had a long day at work. I had, prepared for cooler weather, but it was warm, so I was hot. And I don't like being hot. I don't like being uncomfortable. I'd rather be cold because I could layer up and I'm gonna be moving anyway. So I'm an active person. I rather have, I'd rather have some cool weather where I'm going to warm up. My body's gonna warm up. So when it turns out to be randomly warm, I was hot. I was like, "Yo, I got to take some of these layers off." And I had to deal with that the whole day because I didn't want to take off no clothes. I had to deal with that the whole day. I had, animals messing with me. I had a whole lot happen that day. Had people pulling up on me, asking me questions and stuff. And I was like, man, I can't wait till I get home. Home kept on getting delayed. Matter of fact, I think that was the same day my work vehicle had broke down. My work vehicle had broke down. I could not wait to get home. And when I got home, the power went out. I was like, yo, there's so many things to be upset about. But I chose the latter. I have an attitude of gratitude. And I just kept on leaning into being grateful. It was automatic. Like I was like, yo, to be thankful for anything in that moment, I'm just saying you different, man. You different. So when you come across people who just ungrateful for any and everything, what happens is the progression that I see is misery loves company. So you put out a complaint. You put a complaint out there. Somebody has felt what you felt. Somebody has dealt with what you dealt with. Somebody else would like to join in on that complaint, and that complaint expands. You find a community of people that you can complain amongst. I see a lot of this. I know I'm a content creator, but this is why I'm not really on social media. A lot of people are just complaining. I be like, dang, I look at the accounts that got all these high numbers. Oh, okay, you supposed to be putting out good stuff. Well, the good stuff is I hate the government. Man, people, you can't trust nobody. Don't show no love, and I'm like, that's not it. But it gets thousands of likes, and yep, that's why you can't do this. That's why we messed up, and that's why it just like adds on and adds on and adds on. You usually the ones who complain the most usually are the ones who have the most to complain about. It expands. It expands, man. So that's how it happens. I think that's the progression. It's, when you meet somebody who just seems to be an ungrateful person, it's not that they're just an ungrateful person. That's not how we are wired. But that's, if you're consistent with it, then that's the habitual practice. That's how you will develop into being an ungrateful person. It starts with one complaint, and then you find something else to complain about. You find somebody else who validates that complaint, and it feels good to have that validation. And then you just continue doing that until you find somebody. Eventually, you're going to find somebody who's going to agree with your complaint. So you keep on complaining because you find agreements. Somebody is going to agree with you. Yes, it could be a troubling time. Yes, that could be a troubling situation. Yes, that's difficult. Yes, that's a challenge there. Yes, that's a problem. Okay, you focus on it, you're gonna get more and more of those challenges, problems. You know what I'm saying? Life be lifing, but it don't be life in the way that you claim it to be. And when we don't realize that's a force, whatever you're putting out there, remember you speak things into existence. Thoughts are things. So if you keep choosing these types of thoughts, hmm, you're creating more of the conflict that you claim you don't want to see. And I could talk more about that. But this is also, we were scratching the surface there. Let's go a little deeper. This is also the reason why there's so much divorce. This is also the reason why relationships don't last as long. Okay? Because once you get used to something, when you don't, I mean, when you're single, you're by yourself. So when you finally get around a person who does for you, who wants to do for you, it's all magical in the beginning. It's amazing. I can't believe somebody wants to do that for me. I can't believe, like, I would have had to do the dishes. You gonna do the dishes? I would have had to clean that. You gonna clean that? I would have had to cook. You gonna cook? I would have had to drive. You gonna drive? Anything somebody else does for us, we can be highly appreciative in the beginning because it's new. But once it becomes common, this is something that the person has kept up. They're being consistent with it, and they're, continuously showing their love and affection by doing the thing that you appreciated in the beginning. It becomes commonplace. It becomes normal. So you like, oh, that's what my spouse is going to do anyway. That's what they do anyway. Oh, now that's their role. That's their duty, right? That's what they are assigned to do. That's what they do. Okay. But if you don't show any appreciation for that person doing the thing, I see so many people who are newly single, another social media thing, but it's also within my friend groups. um, and colleagues and whatnot, they get upset, find things to complain about, and they'll say, what they said, had a brain fart. They'll say stuff like, "That's what that person was supposed to do." Oh, you know, respect and stuff like that is just the basics. You got to come with more than just the basics. How about we appreciate the basics so that you can get to more? Because, just as a human, I said it in the beginning, if I do something for you and you seem to meet me with unappreciative ungratefulness, right? If you meet me with ungratefulness, I'm not willing to do more for you. So let's just put that together. If somebody does meet you with the basics and you don't appreciate it, what makes you think that they are going to go out their way to give you more? Why would they give you more? Why would they do more than the basics? If the basic needs are met and they are not appreciated, I don't fault anyone for not continuing to contribute. You got it. This is also why chivalry is dead. If I open the door and you can't say thank you, I don't need to open the door no more. Right? Things of that nature. If acts go unappreciated, then the acts will cease. And this is for people, this is for relationships. This is one of the main reasons why relationships fall out. That's one of the main reasons that people cheat. They don't love me anymore. They don't appreciate me anymore. You're not doing or showing the same type of love from the beginning. You're not showing that appreciation. When the last time you actually told that person instead of like, like a hang up on the sentence, like punctuation on the sentence that you really love them and why? And why? When the last time you actually outwardly showed your appreciation? Showed, not just said. Said works too, but show it with your actions as well. Do you keep up the things that the other person has shown you that they are appreciative of from you? Have you stopped doing the things that they found, to be grateful? All of that encompasses one of the main reasons why people have separations. You stop being grateful. Whereas on the long term, you continue to show your gratitude to this person, that person going to continue to do and want to do more for you. It's a simple concept, man. It's not that challenging. It's not that challenging. But when you get set in your ways, when you get when things become the norm instead of being this bubbly new feeling, when it becomes the norm, it seems commonplace to be like, oh well. And then it's like, they say small things matter the most. Like, you don't even tell me thank you for taking out the trash. You don't take out the trash. Like, yeah, but you used to tell me thank you for taking out the trash. Man, just take out the trash. Don't appreciate me. You know what I'm saying? He goes to a work function or something. He takes out the trash, and another woman says she appreciate him. She has his attention. What's not being given at home can be found elsewhere. If you showing that attention, you showing that appreciation, that person is fed. They don't need it elsewhere. Solved a whole lot of relationship issues right there. Right? Someone stops being appreciative of the other's efforts, and that's when things start to go downhill. Not that it's not going to go back up if you work on it, but you got to be willing to work on it. This is one of the main reasons why people are so single this day and age. When people talk about attitude, well, we're more skewing to the gratitude. You're not appreciative. I tell you personally, I spoiled my baby. My wife is spoiled, and I love it that way. But anytime she acts spoiled, I'll be like, okay, so you don't need this. You don't need this. I can go ahead and take this away, take this away. Not that I'm like disciplining, but I'm just not gonna overly do. And she's the same way with me. Same thing. Just not gonna overly. It's just normal, man. I'm not gonna overly do something for someone who's not gonna show the appreciation. And then when you get the appreciation, I need you to appreciate the appreciation. Hold on. When you get the appreciation, I need you to appreciate the appreciation.
Message.
Appreciate that person who appreciates you. Don't get cocky. Remember I said stay humble but stay hungry? Don't don't get cocky and think that, oh, well, that person gonna show me love and appreciation anyway. You know what I mean? So now your nose open, your head swollen, you gassed up. Appreciate the appreciation, especially when it's genuine. Especially when it's genuine. But that's the reason why you're not happy is you haven't expressed gratitude. Develop an attitude of gratitude. Okay. Let's see. So I took some notes down. There's more things I could say about gratitude. Uh, but let me end y'all off with this. And you're going to find it repetitive. But until you start doing the thing that I keep repeating to you, you're not going to get the result. It's simple and it's real. How do you build your gratitude? You want to be more of a grateful person, right? Instead of complaining, you want to be more of a grateful person. By the way, the one who complains all the time is deemed toxic. So if you don't want to be a toxic person, huh? You want to rid of this you want to detox right quick. I'm giving you a mental detox. This is what you do. Write down the things. Yes. Write down the things that you are grateful for about yourself, your own qualities that you love about you. Hmm? And write down the things that you're grateful for about your life, your friends, your people, your job, your surroundings, your environment, your home. Write down and be specific. Excuse me. Be specific. Write down these things that you are grateful for and look at that list. I'll tell you, when I did this, and yes, I had a life coach, and yes, he made me do this. This is one of the exercises we did. Write down the things that you are grateful for. I couldn't stop writing. I was writing for over an hour, just listing out things that I'm grateful for. Once you start focusing on what you can be grateful for, you'll realize that there's so many things. Like the example I gave earlier about, some days are bad. Some days you have it to where I just want this day to be over. That's the blessing. Like this day is terrible. I just want this day to be over. Okay. If you wake up that next morning, it's a blessing. Guess what? You made it. Guess what? That day is done. Prayer answered, blessing received. Right? Be grateful for it. Today does not bear yesterday's problems. Be grateful for it. It's a new day, new opportunity. Let's go into this with a clear mind. And that's easier said than done, but this is how you do it. Write down the things that you are grateful for about your life and about yourself. Do this daily for a week. Huh? Just a week here. Do this daily for a week, and you'll see that you have so many things to be grateful for. You could write a book on how many things that you can actually be grateful for. It'll become easy when you write it down. The power of writing it down is you can go back to that. If you keep it in the same place, right? Like me, I would write in a notebook, and my notebook is at my station. It's in my area, it's in my space. So if you write it down, what I did is I left that notebook there. So when I came back to write, I saw how much I wrote the previous day. It was like, dang, that was good. Let me see. Even if those things are repeated, like, yes, I'm grateful that I woke up this morning. Yes, I'm grateful that I got breath in my body. I got wind in my lungs. My body is functioning. Or I woke up with pain in my back and my shoulders. Okay, maybe I need to sleep different. Maybe I need to stretch. Maybe I need to, you definitely need to stretch. Maybe I need to work out. I'll do that the next morning, see if that changes. Now I'm grateful for doing something for my body. My body's not in this much pain or in any pain because of what I did. I slept differently. I did some yoga this morning. You know, I got up a little early. I drank some water, some tea, some coffee, whatever. I started my day with me. When you like list out the things that you're grateful for, you'd want to add to that list. It starts to change your mind. Let me do stuff that I could add to that list. Somebody came at me with a complaint and I shut it down. I changed the narrative. That's a huge thing. I didn't contribute to the complaint. I didn't give misery that company. And that either changes the trajectory of that person's day and thinking, or they'll go find somebody else to leech on. Either way, it won't affect you. And that happens every time somebody come to me with a complaint. Man, it's raining. I love the rain. You know what? I do too. I just ain't want to be out in it. That's okay, but you love the rain too. Yeah. And you prepared to be in it? You got a rain jacket, you got an umbrella? Yeah. Life is good. Ain't nothing to be upset about. You right, boss. You know what I mean? And you'll see how many things start to stack up to be grateful for. You'll have so many things that you can come back to when you list it out, when you actually write it out, and you make it a habit to do this for a week. You come back to that gratitude list, right? And you just keep on adding to it, adding to it. You'll see that there are so many things to be grateful for. You'll be thankful for the little things that aren't so little. I saw a quote now. Gucci said this. He said, I went to complain, and I know it's a further complaint, further back saying, and I know it's an old saying, but I heard it from Gucci Man. He said, I went to complain about my shoes till I saw a man that had no feet. Come on, man. I went to complain about my shoes until I saw a man that had no feet. Mm. You realize that you should just be appreciative of certain things. Like, yo, I have feet. I have shoes. There are people that can't afford shoes. They're walking around barefoot. I have shoes. I'm complaining because I don't have a certain pair or a certain type or These things could be changed. You could work on that. Man, having an attitude of gratitude, it builds patience because I'm more grateful. It may seem to other people that you're passive on some stuff, but you'll realize that some stuff just not as important. If you know, like you see people, let's go back to the shoes. You see people in lines and fighting over shoes. I seen people bully people out of their shoes to take their shoes off of them. I seen this. I seen this. I had somebody approach me like that. I'm like, nah, this it's not gonna happen. You know, in my younger days, like it's not gonna happen. You know, thankfully I had some size on me, but it's like, man, if you are so unappreciative that you don't have that you're willing to take, huh? It's detrimental to your life, man. You willing to risk your life and someone else's because you are unappreciative. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Appreciate what you got. And when you appreciate what you got, you take care of what you got, you'll get more. Trust me when I tell you. That's how God works. That's how God works. I wish I had a saying, I wish I had a Bible verse I could give to you that shows that, like, be grateful. That's all throughout the good book. Be grateful. Be grateful, man. If you are not, if you do not consider yourself to be a happy person, right? And you would like to be, this is the one thing that you need to trigger to have more of to be deemed happy. The reason why you are unhappy is because you are focusing on what you do not have, do not want, do not like. You are focusing on the negatives, so you're going to get more negatives to focus on. If you want to be happy, then you need to change the focus to the positives and being grateful for all that you do have, all that you do got, all that all of the anything, friends, family, loving community, you know, good weather, clothing, breath in your body, capability. You have a sane mind, so you're able to make decisions for yourself. Hello? How about you make some more decisions that'll put you in a predicament that you claim that you want? You got to make those decisions to be in a better in a better position. I'm grateful for my surroundings. I'm grateful for my woman. If it wasn't for her, I would still be asleep. I was knocked out. I was knocked out cold. And I'll give y'all one last thing. I challenged myself to see how much I can work without a day off. I went 21 days. I worked holiday, I worked weekends, all of that every day. And some of those days are determined, I'm going to determine when I get off because I'm here extra. This is extra. I'm here for y'all. No, I'm here for me. I'm challenging myself. But I was like, I'd rather be at home. And I started to get upset about how much I'm working. When I made that choice, I made that choice. Nobody's forcing me. I made that choice to work. I made that choice to come in here today. I made that choice to deal with the problems that may come with a hectic workplace, and I know it. So when I went in with the expectation of, oh, I'm just gonna give y'all 4 hours today, Turns out this was actually a 12-hour day. Oh, I'm here 3 times longer than I wanted to be. Nonetheless, I chose to come in, right? And I was gonna continue working, but I told myself, I said, "You've done enough. I think you proved enough to yourself." I almost worked a month straight with no day off, like none, none. My wife barely could keep up with the laundry, like, yo. I was just challenging myself, right? And what I started to realize was everything else was starting to dwindle away. I started getting upset about the things that I had to do or wanted to do, right? I started giving lesser quality to the other areas of my life. And I was like, yo, yesterday, this is the reason why I would sleep so hard. I chose, to go ahead and break that working streak. I chose to go ahead and stay home. Surprise, surprise, home needed me. So I still had things to do. I still had work to do because I haven't been here for so long. I haven't been able to uphold my part for almost a month, you know. Wife has been holding us down on the home front. So what happened? I tried to do everything that I hadn't done over the past 21 days, all in this one day. And I tried to hurry up and do it so that I still could just chill. And I found myself highly irritated. I was ready to click out. I'm like, yo, everything's messing with me. And then I had to step back. I said, no, the only thing messing with me is me. The house is clean enough, right? The house is clean enough. I got more than enough clothes that are clean. I don't need to do all the laundry. I don't need to clean every area of the house just to chill. I can pick up the controller to the game if I want to. It's a blessing that I'm able to do all of what I'm doing. I scheduled some emails for my business. Shout out to Shine Care Products. Right? I came up with some topics to come to you all, Mindset Monday. And that could be considered work, but it's not. It's purposeful. It's purposeful. So it was good. It's good work. Not all work is good work, but it was good work. And I got to spend some time with my woman. And I was so grateful for it. And it was like easy. So I wound up taking a nap. I crashed. I ain't gonna lie. Wound up taking a nap, but I forced myself up so we can continue this one day off I've had basically in the last month. I'm trying to scrounge as much as I can. I'm listening to music I haven't listened to, playing games I haven't played. I'm looking at a puzzle I want to do. You know, none of this stuff is going to be completed. I ain't listened to a full album. I ain't put the whole puzzle together. I ain't beat the game. None of that. I'm looking at books. I'm looking at everything that I'm like, I realize I'm missing this. What's the point here? I was irritated at the fact that I've been missing all the things that I've set up that I love. I set up my house, my home to be my peace. And I made that choice to be away from my peace. Huh? More so for ego than anything. Can't be upset. I'm not going to stay upset at me. But it wasn't until I said, "You know what? We don't gotta cook tonight. Imma go get us some dinner so that we'll have more time with each other, we could chill, close out this night." It wasn't until I was out and driving is a nice nighttime drive is self-care. I don't care what nobody say, especially for the fellas. A nice, cool drive, yeah, I get things off my mind. And the place was closing that I went to go get us some food from. But when I got there, it was like they wanted to seat me and everything. I'm like, yo, it's 5 minutes before y'all close. I appreciate that y'all are going out y'all way. Y'all met me with so much of an embrace. Like, I already got a takeout order. I'm gonna just get my order. I don't need to sit down. But the way y'all approached me made me like expand my mind. I was already like, yo, be grateful. But that was a stamp of approval. Like, be grateful. Be grateful that you have this time, especially when you've been gone. Be grateful for all of the things that you've been missing. Be grateful that it's all here for you. I'm no longer in that challenge. Yeah, I mean, so I went to sleep a little late last night. It was like 1 o'clock this morning, right? And I was knocked out. If it weren't for wifey, I'm grateful for it. Y'all better be grateful for it too. If it weren't for wifey, we wouldn't be starting off with Mindset Monday for the week. But that's it, man. If you want to be more grateful, I challenge you to do this thing. Write down things that you could be grateful for, that you are grateful for about yourself and about your life every day for a week. List it out. It don't have to be a certain number of things, but it is I almost can guarantee you it's more than one thing. If it's only one thing that you can add to the list, you're not looking enough. This is a real challenge for you, you know? But I challenge you to do that and you'll start to see, even if it is one thing a day, then you'll see that over a week you have 7 things to be grateful for. It's still going to expand. It's still going to compound. This is how you build that attitude of gratitude. This is how you change the focus. Because if you are not grateful for the things in your life, for the people in your life, for the things that you have, if you're not grateful about you, it does not matter how much accolade, appreciation, love, material things that you get. It does not matter. You will still be ungrateful. You have to build that attitude of gratitude in order to be happy. If you are ungrateful, then you cannot be happy. You can't be happy without being grateful. Okay? So let's be grateful for this day. It's a good day. It's a good week. And I'm thankful that I'm here for it. And I'll end it on that. Y'all come back to us next Monday. We have Mindset Monday. Sorry, Instagram. For some reason, it didn't want to work for you today. It's all right. Come over to the YouTube, subscribe so that you can be right here live with us every time. Every time. Shout out to Facebook, my Facebook family. If you're here from there, all love. Y'all be great on this Mindset Monday, okay? This is AIM, always improving the mind. Peace.